folks, it's Wayne Popovic with Venture RV coming to you from the corporate center, where today we're going to talk about the Stratus 231VRB that you see behind me here. What's really neat about the whole Stratus line is that all the trailers are available in different exterior colors. You can get blue like you see here, you can get red, you can get gray, or you can get white. All right. We use a higher grade of fiberglass on the outside. It's the Lamilux 4000, so you get a very deep shine. You don't see much of the fiber. And what's great about this is with the deeper clear coat on here, you actually have color resistance. You don't get as much fade as you do on some of the other products. And it actually rivals a laid up fiberglass on a boat or something like that. So it's a great product and super versatile. Stratus is our mid-size lightweight line. Everything has a single slide, and you are generally 6,500 pounds or less. We have one floor plan that's a 32-foot bunkhouse that's over that. But for the most part, that's kind of where this lives. This 231 is a 23-foot box. It's 26 feet 9 inches long. So it weighs about 5,400 pounds right in there. So very easily towable. A lot of great features, and wait to see the inside. The inside is one of my favorite layouts. Underbelly is fully enclosed, heated, insulated. It does come with the weather shield package, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Has a PVC roof membrane over the top, which we'll also talk about. That's part of the weather package. So you got a hitch light on the front as well as a hitch light on the power tongue jack. So it makes hooking things up at night, whether you're setting up or hooking up to go, a lot easier. 220-pound LP tanks with easy access cover, and then a battery disconnect switch in case you're storing it. It'll keep your battery from draining down. Every Stratus is equipped with a hookup for portable solar panels. We look at this storage. You got 50 cubic feet of pass-through storage. That's a lot of storage. Motion detector light comes on when it senses you've opened the door or sees motion. That way you're never fumbling for a switch. There's another switch inside here for a ground effects light. There's a blue LED behind each stabilizer that looks really great at night. And then if you look down here, the stabilizers are at a 45-degree angle. It actually, just doing that little thing makes them more stable. If they're all pointing the same direction when it rocks, they work together. They fight each other. It makes it more stable by putting an angle. So little things. Slam latch baggage door. Slam latch baggage door on the outside storage, plus magnetic catches. Now these aren't going to get brittle and break like the spring-loaded plastic ones do. That's a great solution. Carefree of Colorado awning. This is a nice awning. It's adjustable on the side. Before you ever put it out, you can set the pitch. Of course, you can do it once it's out as well. It's just easy to do it here. It's harder to reach when it's tall. It's got a 20 to 25 pound rain dump. If it gets more than about 20 pounds of water on it, it'll dump itself and go up. You don't have to worry in the middle of the night if you've put the awning out if they left the awning out if the rainstorm comes up. And then the lights in this are at the end of the awning in the tube. When you roll that all the way out, the lights are shining back at the table. And if you just bump that switch a little bit, you can rotate where those lights shine, even to the point where you can take it all the way out. If you're playing cornhole or something after dark, you can light up your game. So it's a great awning. Your speakers are marine grade. They are hooked up to your Bluetooth stereo that you can stream your own playlists through while you're outside listening to your music. Tires are radial tires. This green cap means they're filled with nitrogen instead of just air. The benefit of nitrogen is that it doesn't expand and contract like air does. So it doesn't change the pressure in the tire. And improper inflation is the number one reason tires fail. There's also Super Lube hubs. This cap pops off. You never have to pull the tire to pack the bearings. And auto adjust brakes means you don't have to pull the tire to adjust the brakes either. So the easier it is, the more likely it's going to get maintained. And we want to make sure you're staying safe out there on the road. The door is a friction hinge door. It'll stay whatever angle you put it. The clips that go from the door to the plastic ones always break, and the metal ones, I can't tell you how many I've pulled out of the wall because I didn't realize it was clipped, and I just whip it shut. So this is a better solution, especially for somebody like me. And then it also has a screen door closer on it, automatic screen door closer. So we're going to have to think of something else to yell at the kids for. Moving around, you've got the Trek steps that just fold neatly into the doorway. They latch in place, okay? And then when you're ready to put them back out, they fold right out. And since they're on the ground, they're super stable. There's no torsion or twisting on the axle. They're not going to get bouncy and, you know, bend on you. Very easy to get in and out. Great solution. Grab handle that folds away for travel. And then let's talk a little bit about the weather shield badge here on the side. The weather shield badge means this is fully enclosed, heated, insulated trailer. But it's more than that. Okay? It's fully enclosed, heated. When your furnace is on, it's blowing warm air into the underbelly cavity where the tanks are. The tanks are actually enclosed. They're wrapped with bubble foil insulation. So it's 2 layers of foil with bubble wrap in between it, basically. And that keeps the heat in the tanks, keeps them from freezing. Or you know, they're less likely to freeze in colder weather. And then the gate valves are enclosed. So you don't have to worry about road debris hitting them or them freezing in cold weather. This camper, all Stratuses are double insulated. We use residential fiberglass and radiant foil insulation in the floor component, in the front wall, the rear wall, and in the roof. Okay, so every wall has, except the sidewalls, which is laminated, has double insulation. That significantly increases the R value. It's a calculation. They say R38 in the roof and R52 in the floor. I'm not really sure how those numbers work because it's calculated and it's way smarter. You know, I'm not smart enough to know that, but it does. This is one of the best insulated campers on the market. So that's part of the weather shield, this badge. The double insulation, the enclosed underbelly, heated underbelly, foil wrapped tanks, and then the final piece of the puzzle is actually we're using PVC on the roof, which what does that have to do with insulation values? Actually, PVC is the best roof membrane on the market because not only does it more resilient, it's harder to damage, it's easier to repair, but it also has a higher reflectance value. So the main way heat gets into a camper is the sun shines on the top and that heat energy gets absorbed in and then it radiates to the inside. Well, the roof membrane itself has a higher reflectance value, so it bounces a lot of that off and it doesn't come inside. And then if it does, we handle it with our double insulation. So definitely one of the best insulated campers on the market. All right. And then I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's also a dog tie out here by the door. And I've heard some people claim there's a rumor going around that it'll also open a bottle. You got to check that out yourself. On the back, you've got a rack that'll hold 200 pounds. It's powder coated and it's baked. All right. It's from BAL. That's where we buy our frames from also. We're using their next gen frame system, which the next gen frame system, a nice thing about it is it's not a welded I-beam. Anytime you weld metal, you have an opportunity to create heat stress in the metal and potential failure. Plus, if something's going to rust, it seems like it starts on a weld. These are S-shaped frames. They're held together with huck bolts, which is what they use to hold together airplanes, locomotives, big construction equipment. Anytime there's a high vibration application that could result in a cracked weld or a broken weld, they'll use huck bolts. And on top of that, the entire thing is powder coated and baked, which is absolutely superior to painting or just dipping it. All right? So it's a little extra step we do. On the back of every Stratus is a pre-wire pre-mount for a backup camera. Nice thing about it is it takes the place essentially of your rear view mirror. Okay, the observation cameras today can be left on while you're pulling them, and you can see who's behind you, especially if you're changing lanes or whatnot. So, cable and satellite hookup. More and more people are taking their satellite dishes with them. If you're one of those people, you hook it up on this side. You can still have cable here, but if you hook the satellite up on the cable side, it goes through that signal booster, which the signal for satellite doesn't like. So instead of having to rewire or bypass that little box, we just gave you a dedicated satellite line. Okay. You have an outside shower with hot and cold running, hot and cold water. It's not just a spray port, cold water spray port, and it has the valve on the shower head that you can turn it off and on. So if you're washing the dog, you're spraying the kids off after being in the beach, or climbing around the trees, whatever they're doing, it's nice and handy. And it's near your dump station also, so you can clean your hoses and whatnot off. Okay, it just locks neatly away. This is the black tank flush. Instead of dragging your hose inside, you simply hook it up to the outside and it will spray out the black tank for you. No more dragging your hose through your entire camper to the bathroom to stick it down in the toilet and rinse it out. This is a better solution for sure.